So I thought this would be a good time to introduce you to Smart Objects. And in Photoshop, I have made 2 copies of the exact same image. Just name one Smart so we can tell the difference. And over here, I'm going to right-click on the background and hit Convert to Smart Object. It is now a Smart Object. What does that mean? Well, it has created a file on the hard drive called a PSB file, and it is now a link to that file instead of the actual pixels like this one. If I edit this one, the original, I'm directly affecting all the pixels here, and it sees it as what's called a raster image, pixel by pixel. This one, it sees almost as a vector file, and a vector is like if you were to draw with your line tool or the text tool or Bezier curve. All those are vectors. It sees this point and the line there in a mathematical algorithm instead of seeing it pixel by pixel. Well, what are the advantages of that? If we go to start transforming, I would have to convert this to a regular layer to start transforming. Control T to start my free transform and start moving it around and working with it, manipulating it, resizing it like I would if I was playing. I'm working on a file. Let's transform it again. And I can size it back up to its original size. I didn't want to skew it. Well, ish. Let's call that good. And you can see how blurry this has gotten. If I do the exact same thing, I don't have to convert it to a layer because the Smart Object already did that for me, and start messing with it, except, and let's resize it down, and go ahead and accept that, and then resize it back up like we did the other one. And turn it again. You can see where on the Smart Object it has kept it crisp because it's seeing the link instead of the actual pixels. And the other really cool thing is, if we were to go to, a lot of our filters are going to be turned off on a Smart Object, but they're ones we pretty much don't use anyway. Vanishing point, some of the where was I, renders. If we do what we just did recent, or not lens flare, I don't want to, it doesn't really matter. I'm just let's go with the fibers like we did for the last lesson. And okay, now I can at any point I can come back in, double click this, and change my settings, which is really cool. And so you'd ask, why don't we always use that then, if that's so great? Well, here's why. When we're doing seamless textures, we go to our offset like we usually do to check for seamless. We have seams. We go to do our healing brush tool and oopsie, can't use it. Have to rasterize, which means turn it back into pixels like this one before you can use that tool on there. And you could do it with the cloning. Oh no, can't use the cloning either. See, so Smart Objects are great, but you can't use them for everything. And that is a basic intro.